All right, major announcements, guys. I think we are in check for a pullback to come this week. That's right, this week, whatever this week is right now. I think we're in due for a pullback. So let's get straight into it. All right, guys, do not place trade based on what you're seeing in this video. Trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. Trading is risky. Do not place trade based on what you're seeing in this video. Okay, now that's out of the way. Let me show you what I'm seeing here, guys. Danger, danger. Major stock market alert. A pullback is about to happen. And I honestly believe that. Now, why do I say that? Because I'm looking at the charts and I'm reading the charts and I'm seeing this in the charts. And I got an email, even today I got an email saying, John, you don't understand. The stock market's on its way up to 100,000. Good on ya. Where'd you get that number from? The stock market's on its way up really quickly to 50,000. Where did people go? Because of the fundamentals. So, what I'm looking at here is this, guys. We are looking at right now is the Dow Jones 30. Okay, look, hear me out, guys. This is a major stock market alert. And if you guys don't see what I'm seeing right now, guys, you'll be able to see what I'm seeing in just a minute. Now, let's actually let me take you off the screen here. What can we see here on the Dow Jones? Now, the first thing I want to share with you guys is that we know we're overextended already in the markets. All right. Now, I'm not calling for a crash. That may happen in result of what I'm about to say here. I'm not calling for a crash, but I am calling for a pullback, and a decent pullback. A pullback, a bigger pullback since the biggest pullback we've seen in the entire year. Again, not a crash. It may have a crash effect on it, where we may get a big sell-off effect on it, but I don't believe, we may get a crash, we may not get a crash, but I believe that we are in due for a massive, no, I'll take that back. We're in for a big pullback here. Now, first thing I want to say is that we know we're in due for a big pullback here, okay? We know we're in bubble territory. Now, the thing I want to say to you guys is this. Looking at these charts here, all right? Looking at these charts and looking at what we're looking at right now, what can we see here, guys? And I want you guys to look at this, all right? Look at this and read what the charts are telling you. And guys, if you want some free education from me, that very first thing in the description, click on that, all right? If you love what you see here, you're going to love what you're going to learn on that training. Now, look at what the charts are telling you, guys. Major, guys, I'm getting ready to load up on put options on the S&P 500. I'm getting ready to load up on put options on the S&P 500. Now, again, load up means I'm having risk management because it may not work out and may not play out. But we are getting ready, guys. It's all over the charts. I believe we are getting ready for a pullback. Now, I need confirmation. I'm going to share with you what is confirmation in this here. Now, the confirmation is this, all right? What is confirmation? The confirmation is this. Firstly, what do we see? We see what? The market is continuing up. Now, what do we see? Now, let's actually go to, say, a 3-month view. And I want you guys to look at this really closely. What do we see here? Firstly, we see this big major support level here, okay? Make sense so far? So, this big major support level. And what else is this here right now? This is a head and shoulder formation. It's a head and shoulder formation at the top of a big booming bull market, especially since September, October. So we have had a big move up for the last 2 months. Now, we know we're due for a pullback, right? That's what I'm saying. Bear this in mind. We know we're due for a pullback. Now, the market has rallied up. We've created a head, we've created a shoulder, head, shoulder. Now, what else do we actually see that is actually going on with this market here? Now, what is this? It is what? Now, let me delete everything off the screen here. And I want to just share this with you. So, firstly, what do we have here? We have this major head. We had this major, this level through here is the key, right? And if to read the market here, it is telling us what's going on. And what is going on here? Firstly, we have this market rallying up, coming back down, and then boom, out of it comes, right? Now, what is this here? This point here is what? This is a low. Now, what is this here? This is what? This is a lower low. This is the very first, guys, read the market. This is the very first lower low we have had in a long time. Right? Now, we created a little lower low here, but it continued back up. And as you can see, even this lower high, lower low came down, and then the market continued up. But now the market's what? This is creating a lower high, lower low, and now it's also creating a lower high. This is the if scenario here, okay, guys? If we have another down day closing below this level through here, this is now likely to be what? This is now likely to be the left head through here, and I believe, and someone said, I think the market's going to go down to 12,000. I never said that. I never said the market's going to go down to 12,000. It may not. Actually, where is 12,000? Actually, you know what? No, I disagree. I'm going to take that back. Yes, I believe over the next 2 years, we are going to get down to at least 12,000 on the, 13,000 on 13, 14,000. The 50% of this move, I believe, we're likely to retrace. Now, look where we are right now on this weekly chart. Look where we are right now on this daily chart, right? We are what? We are markets rallying up, shoulder, head, shoulder formation, and now we're forming this overall lower low, lower high, and now it looks like it wants to start breaking down. This is a major alert, guys, because if we are going to get some sort of crashing effect, like and a crashing effect means like a decent pullback in one day, where we see a lot of red on the screen, it's going to be this next few weeks. Because this is the sign, right? This is the sign that you look for, that boom, this is what we look for. If any of you guys have been watching me for the this last year, you guys know I've been talking about what do we expect in a crashing effect, right? If the market starts to break down and we start to sell off, we could actually start to sell off quite decently. Now, again, I'm not calling for a 50% crash in one day. It doesn't happen. Let's be real here. But yes, we could actually have a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 percent down move in the actual Dow Jones. Let's go have a look. Now, not so much the Nasdaq here, but same with the S&P. What do we see here with the S&P? Now, the S&P is not creating that lower low, lower high effect, but the S&P for me, to me, is also creating the exact same effect. So once again, same with the S&P 500. What do we see here? Shoulder, head, shoulder. It didn't create the lower low, but the Dow Jones is showing that. That's the sign, guys. Okay, I want you guys to listen to me here. That's the sign. This Dow Jones here, lower low, lower high. That's the sign to say, you know what? Be prepared, guys. This week, all right. I'm calling out this week here. Right now, I'm doing this on the 20th of the 11th, 2017. I'm doing this video right now for you guys. You can probably see the time and date stamp. You can actually see where I'm looking at on the S&P 500 anyway, and even the Dow. I believe, guys, that this week or the next few weeks, we're going to see a decent pullback at the markets. I don't know if that's going to happen, and I'm not going to get into this. I'm not going to get into the trade. I'm not going to load my entire account up on this, but I'm not going to get into the market until it gives me that confirmation. And there's a few things I'm looking for confirmation. I'm looking for volume. I'm looking for a big down bar. I'm looking for a breaking of the lows, etc., 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 etc. Makes sense, guys? So just be smart about what you are doing. But the pullback, guys, is likely to start this week. I don't know if it will, guys. We could actually, now, I don't know if it will. We actually could hold and rally up. Therefore, we got no what? We got no confirmation. That's right. What do I need for confirmation that we're likely to get a pullback? We're likely to open. I want to rally down, and I want a nice solid close below these lows through here, and I want a really good volume. Like, I want lots and lots of selling volume coming in. If that happens, guys, oh my goodness, watch this. Look out below, because we're likely to start seeing some big sell-off. Now, again, I'm not talking about a 7% sell-off or a 10% sell-off in one day. That may happen, but I'm talking about a decent pullback, a much bigger, decent pullback. Well, the biggest pullback we've seen in the entire year in percentage terms. That's what I believe is going to happen. And again, if we are going to get that crashing effect, it's going to happen this week or the next couple of weeks. But once again, guys, it's only going to happen if we get this confirmation. If we get this confirmation, now, there's no guarantees that's going to happen, guys. All right, I know I'm saying this is likely to happen, but guys, this is what the charts are screaming at me. You can see how much, like, if you just read these charts, it's screaming at me right now. It's screaming short, bearish, bearish, bearish. It's absolutely screaming at me, these charts. And it's not a matter of I'm going to make a lot of money chart. It's just like, oh my goodness, this is so clear right now. And I wanted to bring this to you guys' attention. Again, guys, If we get that, this is the scenario, if we get confirmation, wait for confirmation, we get a close below there and a load up of volume, that tells me get ready, guys, get ready for a sharp pull down, because every single time in history, 1929, 1937, every single time we've got that with that decent volume coming in, guys, guess what happened a few days later? Bam! That's when we got the big pullback, right? And people were selling, people were going crazy. I'm telling you right now, guys, before something happens, I'm showing you what right now. Look for this. Once we get this confirmation, guys, I tell you what, being long anything in the market when that happens will be nuts. I'm not long anything right now when I'll be like running away from the longs, you know what I mean? But looking for shorts, looking for shorts. And then where do I think it'll come down? Where do I think it'll pull back down to, guys? I don't know, probably maybe even a 50% pullback, you know, like if it does crash down through here. You know, we may just get like a, you know, a 2 or 3 or 4% pullback, but that's still a pretty decent pullback. You know what I mean, guys? But if we do look at the overall charts in itself, we do have this sort of trend line coming into play. So, you know, we may only get a pullback that comes down to here. You know what I'm saying, guys? So that's just what I'm looking at through there. But again, the Dow Jones for me, guys, is the thing that's saying warning, warning, warning. Especially the Dow Jones. We need confirmation, right? Remember, confirmation. What is confirmation? Especially on the Dow, we need another down day, and we need another down day with what? With increase in volume. Now you can see already, right? Look at the volume here. This is on my candlestick chart here, and if I bring up, say, my 3-month view, what are we getting here? So we need another down day. Bam, we need another red down day through here. If we do that, and we get and we definitely get like a big volume spike like this sucker here. Look out below, guys, right? Look out below, because we're likely to then have a pretty sharp pullback. And again, it may only be a 2 or 3 or 4% pullback in percentage terms, but that's going to be, I believe we're likely to start seeing the biggest red day we have the entire year. Possibly in percentage terms. Like, what was this? This was Brexit over here. So that was a 3.5% pullback. Now, I'm not calling for an overall stock market a complete 50% meltdown right now, but right now I'm talking. This is just a short-term pullback I see. But the short-term pullback, if we are going to get a crash, could happen over the next few weeks. And if we get that confirmation, guys, look out below.